Welcome back to 18 Acres Journals. I am Linda, and I welcome each and every one of you. Today, I started playing. I created this little thing using my stencil and some of the spackling, and all I did was just add a couple of little, I guess you would say, coffee-stained background stuff that you could actually write on and whatever. And I thought, that's kind of cute, but I wanted to step it up a notch. I started to make another one exactly like that. I went ahead and poked all the holes and all that. And I thought, well, I'll do this one online with you guys, but I don't want just that. I want to hook it up. So what I'm going to do, let me put this one over here so it can dry better. Excuse me. Sally, I feel like I'm losing my voice. What I would like to do is add in a couple more of these. So we'll go ahead and we'll add these in, but we're only going to decorate the fronts of them. I want to measure them. This one is, I believe, 4.5 by 7.5. So we'll go ahead and measure this one. Let me move my glue paper. We'll measure 4.5. And then we'll measure. I'm just gonna rip it with my ruler. 4.5. Approximately. Okay, and then we can cut it back down in a minute. But I like this, so I'm gonna cut this one out. We'll add this to one of them. I love that. And we'll save this for something else. This one also, 4.5. So how is everybody? I have been very busy rearranging my bonus room, putting away everything. I'm doing a whole new thing. I really am. I'm not in a frenzy like I was trying to get things accomplished. I got a lot of stuff already made up. Like so. Okay, and then I love that. I love that. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that one also. Yeah. It'll be like a little booklet that you can put in a journal. I personally am going to probably put this in my inspiration book as a reminder of what I made. And I got to get rid of the white. I didn't like it. But that's a pretty belly band. We'll save that. I'll get rid of this white line. I didn't need it. And then let's go ahead and measure the 7.5. One of them feels skinnier than the others. Uh-oh. Let me go cut these down. Well, do I need to cut them all down? Let me see. Let me take one of these to the cutter. Yeah, I need to trim them all away. I'll be right back. And I can go ahead and just poke all the holes like this so they're all the same. And then we'll build it. Okay. And then we will build it. I told you I wanted to do things differently. I'm not kidding. I'm going to be changing quite a few things up. I won't be bringing you as many videos because I don't expect to be in here as often as I was. I just started writing another book and I want to dedicate quite a bit of that time to that book. Okay, so I like all of these. This is my front page. Oh no, he looks small. Oh, I need to go back and cut some of this off. I do. Yep. I need a new one. That's all there is to it. He's too small now. I like all of these other ones. Okay. Or maybe we won't put that one on the front. Maybe we'll do this guy and then use the stencil on that. It says lovely flowers, and we can put this guy on one of these. Perhaps on this one. Or even on that. So, but I love that. I love that. Is it the same size as it's supposed to be? Yep, it's right where it needs to be. That one's going to be our last one. I really love that. Actually, no, I don't want it to be the last one. We're going to put... See, I'm trying to create as we talk. And I apologize if it comes across as I don't know what I'm doing. Because I do. I know what I'm doing. But I'm changing my mind in the process. Yeah. This will be my front page. Just like that. And we will go ahead and stencil this one. I put a little bit of tape on it to keep it happy. So it won't move on me. Moving everything out of the way. I'm going to put my stencil where I want it. Like that. There we go. And then I didn't really even need to stir it up. Look, I just opened the lid and that's what I got. So this is, it's called Fast and Final Lightweight Spackling, and it's supposed to dry really quick. So what I'm going to do is just put a big chunk of it on here and start spreading it around. And then once I get to where I feel like everything is spackled in nicely, then I'll start taking the excess off of it. Yeah, you don't have to tape yours down if you don't want to. I chose to because I don't really want it to move. I'm not a professional by no means. This is like the very first time I've ever done this. Actually, second, because I did it on that one. But I've never used it before today. Okay, now that I know everything's in it, I'm going to start taking it off. I actually saw, I want to say Heather from Ruby and Pearl do this once. And then I saw Leslie from 507 Willow House do it. And she made hers pink by accident. I'm not going to do that today because I like the colors with the color of these digitals that I pulled out. And then when you're all done using your stencils, definitely run them under some soapy water. I fully plan on using that, and I'm probably going to wipe them off first with my one of my wet ones. Okay, now I'm just going to pull this up and remove the bottom piece and let it start drying out. Isn't that pretty? Turned out really nice. Just picture that. I love that. So we're going to let that one dry. This one I think should be dry. Yeah, it's dry pretty much. And if I want to, I can add even more into this now. I'm going to leave it like that for now. And we'll work on these other pieces. So that's going to be the first page. And then I think I want this one, the second page. Then we'll have a plain page behind it. Look at the back of that one. Isn't that pretty? And then we'll have the plain page. It's like a mini journal. This one, I think I want to go ahead and trim this up and put it on here. I love the idea of that. I like the brown, so I don't want to really take away from it. But it doesn't sit right on the page by itself. So I got to pull some of this off. I have to. Birdie's upside down. Okay. Yeah, I've been wanting to try all these new things, and since I actually have, we're gonna have to take some of this side off. Since I actually have enough journals already created, and plenty of pockets and tags because I took them all out of their packages and put them in my basket, it's time to create new stuff. And so that's what we're doing. And this is just something, I've actually seen people make these little things before. And I saw a couple of people stencil before. But I've never done it, so this is new for me. I'm just trying to minimize the size of this. I don't want it to take up the entire paper because I want the paper to be able to be written on if they so choose. This is, like I said, it's going to go in a journal. Probably, this one will probably go in my inspiration, but I have the other one that I can make, and it can go in a journal. When it's all completely done and dried, I'll put it in my basket, along with some other things. I don't like that hanging there. Let me go ahead and cut this off. There we go. Okay, now see, I like that. I like that better. If I put it all the way up here, then they can write down here. And if I put it all the way down here, then they can write up there. It's just a matter of deciding what I want to do. And if I put it in the middle, what's on the back of this one? Isn't that pretty? They can write on that too. I think I'm going to go down. Let me do my corners. I didn't bring my ink out. I should have probably inked it. Okay. We're going to go ahead and just glue this on. Isn't that a pretty birdie? Too bad he's upside down, huh? I am going to upload this for you probably tomorrow. I want to make sure I have the proper time. And again, I'm not really sure. I like that. I'm not really 100% sure what we're doing with this yet. Okay, and I want you in between, you on top. I think, okay, that one, I think we'll put some stamps on that one. Yeah, we're going to put that one last. But I got some stamps. I need to pull out my inks. All right. So while this stencil is drying, I'm going to go ahead and ink up the edges of the one we just, this one here. Oh, I can't. I already glued them on. Never mind. But we can put some of these pretty flowers. I got green. I got yellow. And I got pink. And the back has the green, the pink, a little bit of yellow, I suppose. I haven't opened the yellow yet. Yeah, this is why I like to play, because I got all this cool stuff. I don't know that the yellow's going to look good on that, though. It's antique linen. This one is called Kitsch Flamingo. This one is Rustic Wilderness. I also have the vintage photo, the black soot, and walnut stain. I think the walnut stain and the green would look pretty together. Let me go ahead and try this one. I'll try this one. This is the vintage photo. I want to put this one. We're going to put this one on. Okay. See how it looks. Oh, that's pretty. We'll do another one. Oh, that turned out really nice. I like that. And then we'll do, let's see, this pretty rose one right here. We'll do him with a pink. Let's see what happens. Okay. We'll do you up here in the corner. You can't hardly see that one. Hold on. Yeah, those don't come out very, very good. So we're not using that one. Alright, I'll have to wash those off here in a minute. And let me see, I got some leaves. We can do some leaves in the green. I'll just do one, and I'll just move them around. Let's see what happens. Alright, we'll put the green by the rose. I thought it's okay. And now by this rose. That's okay. I want to put something unique and different in the middle. I don't know what yet. How about... I don't know. I don't know. How about this one? And we'll do this one in this. In the soot. Whoa! Calm yourself. It's alright. I'm not impressed. I do want to lean on this though because I don't really want to get black everywhere. And then I think I'm going to do some more of the brown flowers. I really like those. Now, let me close this up. Come here, flowers. They're really pretty. This one turned out really good. Look at that. This is one of my faves. I'll do this one over here. I like that. It's kind of messy, but I like it. And where's the lid? Right there. Okay. But the funny thing is, I've been wanting to do this for 100 years, and here I am finally doing it. I'm going to wipe everything off because I really don't want anything to be, you know, left dirty. Gotta put it up when I'm done. Yeah, these little handy wipes, they definitely help. My husband and I went out last night with his Aunt Joni, and her husband and friends of theirs. I guess that's how you say it. We went and had dinner together, and not only was the food delicious, but the company was wonderful. I really enjoyed my time with them. And let's see. You go here. And you go here. So like this. Yes. I was putting it on backwards. And that's why it wasn't sticking. Okay, where's the leaves? Right there. Okay, now I can put this up. I'm probably not. I will just put it like this for now. Okay, and then where's my block? Definitely gotta wash that off. I bought this a long time ago after watching, I don't even remember who, it's been a long while, watching them use their stamps and their inks and such. And I thought, that just looks like so much fun. So I bought everything with the intent of doing it. And then it just sat in my drawer. And I kept telling myself, I will in fact use this. I will in fact use this. Okay, I think I'm going to try to wash this off too. I'm going to try. Let's see if we can get it off. Anyhow, it just, timing never seemed to work out because I kept having all these journals I needed to make, and I didn't know if I would have the time to, work on stuff like this if I knew I was going to have to put all these journals together. So I kept doing what I already knew, what I was comfortable with doing. And I have to tell you, after a while, I was getting bored with a status quo, Okay. There we go. So I'm very proud of myself for pulling these out and working on them. It looks pretty darn clean. It really does. I'm going to take this tape off of that because I'm not going to... This is the only stencil I own. I do own some die cuts and embossing stuff, but that's the only stencil I own. So I need to invest in some more now that I know I can actually do it. I'm very pleased with the way everything's looking. Okay, so let me see. This was going to be here's my first one, and then I need something in between, then my second one, and then I need something in between, then my third one, and then my last one. And we're going to go like this. And then we'll put this like this. And now what color brads should I put in it? I'm thinking, what do you think? I got gold in the other ones, but this one has different colors. I don't want to put the pink in. I don't want to put the black in. I really do like it though. Yeah, I think I am going to put the black in. I really do. Because there's a lot of black in here. Again, this is my sample. I like it a lot. The only thing I need to do now really is put something on the back to hide the brads. But here's my first page. Turn it over. You can write, you can write, you can write. It's beautiful. You don't want to touch that. It's beautiful. You can write, you can write, you can write. It's beautiful. You can write. You can actually write on that if you want. It's just pretty. I think it turned out really good. I was, in fact, doing the edges so that they weren't round, pointy. But this thing, I think this thing's dying on me. It's not wanting to cut like it's supposed to. See? I ordered something new. It should be here soon. I don't know if it's that way because I use it all the time, or if the blade, I don't know how to sharpen the blade either. If you know how to sharpen the blade on this, please let me know. I mean, it didn't cost me that much to begin with, but if I can make this one work, then I wouldn't have to buy a new one. See, it's just not wanting to cut all the way through. But I love it. I do. I love it. What do you think, guys? The first one, you can really see it good on that one, but this one it's just gorgeous. Look at that, how pretty. It's pretty. It's pretty. Okay, so now that I have a cute little whatever, I need to figure out what's going on in the back. I could put some washi tape. I could take some of this stuff over here, like that right there, and cut it down and glue it on there. I think that's what we're gonna do, guys. Right, that side to that side. There we go. I only need that much. So let's go ahead and cut this out. Cut this out. Let me see if it would cover the whole thing. Oh yeah. So let me go ahead and make it look really cool. I mean, cut it around the edges. I like that. I like that a lot, except I gotta cut this edge just a little bit more. We're gonna go like that though. There we go. Glue book. Calm air. So I don't know if you know, I wrote a book called No More. You can buy it online at Amazon. Just type in my name in the book No More, or you can click the link in my About page or in the description box. Oh, look at that. It's so much better. It really is so much better. Right now, there we go. Look at it. I love it. That's so pretty. Okay. All right. And, I had another book that I was working on for the longest time. I just stopped doing it because I fell in love with making these guys. But then the other day I started to create what I was calling the purposeful journal. And I was going to write really cool stuff inside. I don't know if I saved any of the words. I was working on it. Here, let me move these off to the side. I was working on it. Here's the cover. And then I was going to put some encouraging words in this journal. Not that. That was the cover. And I was going to put some encouraging words in it. The journal itself, oh, I did write something in here. The journal itself, was just a bunch of botanicals with some lined paper, and I was going to write some stuff in it. But as I started writing, I got like, oh, I got to keep going. In order to understand our purpose in life, we must refuse to give offense a place of residence. Instead of getting bogged down in our own emotions or influenced by social media, which can oftentimes cause even more disorientation, let us find our place, our purpose, by listening to the words of the one who knows us best, our Heavenly Father. And I started to write some more and print it up on some pages, and then I was going to go through and have little not necessarily devotionals, but words of wisdom. And the idea of that made me want to, it just made me want to keep going, keep writing. And that one's just more of the same as what I just read to you. And then this one was a mistake page. This was going to be inside the cover. Here, let me pull this back. Wait, I have the cover right here. Right here. This was the cover. This was going to be inside the cover. This was going to be the first page. You flip it over. There's the word. Then you have a pretty flower. Flip it over. Flower, word, flower, word. And it was going to go all the way back to here. And I personally just, like I said, I got so into the writing part of it that I completely forgot about the journal part of it. And so I saved these just in case I wanted to use them. And then I have all these plain, just blank pages so that I could, if I wanted to, make it a thicker journal. But I lost interest in creating this when I started writing that. Anyhow, I got over 25 pages already written. I got summaries and sample chapters, and honestly, I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. I found my love of writing again. So if you are at all interested in reading the book that I wrote, it's called No More. It's on sale at Amazon. Just type in or go to the link, and you can read inside. I think it's like the first half of the first chapter or something. Several pages of the first chapter to see if it's something you're interested in. I will give you a little teeny hint of what it's about. It is how, as I was growing up, I went through so much different stuff that was considered trauma. And I kept it inside. I allowed it to birth insecurity and offense and anger, and just I blamed everything and everyone, and I did not care if I lived or died. I never tried to kill myself, but I just had that, oh well, if I die, I die attitude. I was so miserable. I felt like nobody in my family loved me, and I lived in my head for too long. And the whole time that I was doing that, God was there showing me a different way. You could have done this, and it would have saved you from that. But he allowed me to choose whatever I wanted, because he does say choose life or death. I chose for myself at the time death, pretty much. And I was following death right down the little spiral case. But he didn't want me to die. He chose to keep me. He gave me a calling, and I found that out later in life. And it shows both me as a little 13-year-old talking about what I was doing, feeling the things that I was going through. And it's a story. It tells you, it's a creative nonfiction. It's true story, but it reads like a story. And then I incorporate the mature voice, the wise woman who can look back and say, if I had only done this, I never would have went through that. But you can't say that when you're going through it if you're being caught up in the web of lies from the devil. But it's a really good read. Whether you went through the same offenses I went through or not, every person has something in this book that they can glean from, because we all are human. We all make mistakes. We all get jealous. We all cast doubt. We all fear. We all get hurt. We all want to punish. It's unfortunate that we tend to go through that. But if any of you are interested in finding out how I got through it, because I did survive, and I am a child of the Most High God, the one and only true God, and He is with me every day. And I want you to know that it's Him. He's the reason that I even started journaling to begin with. So with that being said, check out my book. I absolutely, totally, emphatically love today's little thing, and I'm going to make some more. I have some other pages over here, but they're all one-sided. I don't think these are double-sided. Let me take a look real quick. Yeah, I don't see, these aren't double-sided. Oh, that one is. That one is. That one is. That one is. But that's it. So I could make some more. I could make some more with these guys. That one is so beautiful. Look at that. But I just love them. They're just so pretty. Look at that. So I may make some more, but for now I'm gonna call it done. I just wanted to bring you along with this little teeny. It was a test drive because I've never stenciled before. And look, it dried fast. It looks beautiful. And we'll pull out some other kind of little, I don't know, some other toy that I purchased for myself, and we'll play with that one next time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. You have a blessed day.